I was talking earlier about once in a while, and it's going to happen. It's going to happen to everybody. You get a text message or a email from someone that said they tried this recipe and it tasted wonderful, but it just did not work out for me. So I said I was going to make them and see if I had the same problem. And this note is from Ashley Smith. God love her. She said, Paula, I tried this 3 different times. I appreciate your patience, Ashley, because I might would have given up at that point. But I remember I formulated this recipe. Gosh, I can't remember. It's been so many years ago. But I know it's a kind of sensitive recipe because you're working with marshmallows and sweet potatoes, which are not the most firm vegetable you can get. And so I noticed that the recipe on the web is a little different from the one in the Bible. The one on this on the web calls for 2 tablespoons of orange juice, and it calls for 1 tablespoon of orange juice in the cookbook. So, sometimes we just have to make a judgment call because the testers testing my recipes could have thought, I might need to do this. So anyway, I would leave out the orange juice altogether because that's going to give your potato liquid, and you want these as firm as you can get them. The recipe calls to make 8 balls. I think you use 4 kind of small sweet potatoes. So you see how soft and liquidy those are. And like I said, I remember it being an issue when I cooked them years ago. So I thought for the orange juice, I'm just going to put a little orange extract. And this is good, good, good. This is good, good stuff. I'm going to use like a half a teaspoon just to replace that orange flavor. And I hope all this helps you, Ashley. I wish these potatoes were a little bit stiffer. Now I'm going to add the white sugar, the brown sugar, and that wonderful orange zest. Oh, that smells so good. Is this from our tree? Or smells delicious. All right. So the sugars are going to bring out the moisture in the sweet potatoes too. So here's what I'm kind of thinking. To make this easier for you, I'm thinking, see how much wetter they have gotten? And that's just with the pure sugar bringing out the moisture. So that's going to be kind of hard. So this is what I'm thinking. The orange extract is perfect. It's perfect in there.
How much orange extract?
Half a teaspoon. So here's what I'm thinking, y'all. To make life easier and hopefully not change the flavor of the recipe, I'm going to add some flour to those sweet potatoes. And we'll see how it reacts to that. I don't want it to change the flavor because they are so, so good. But look, you can see the liquid gathering around the edges. So let's just see what this will do. That was probably maybe 2 tablespoons, you think? Okay, it's getting a little firmer. And I'm going to add another tablespoon. And you know what might help? Because I want to get this perfect for y'all because it's so good. I think I even served them on the buffet, I think at Thanksgiving when we were in our first location downtown. But it's been a while. So I think it might help too, Ashley, to put this in the refrigerator and let it get cold. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and this will be 1 tablespoon of flour for each potato that we used. Yeah. And I think if we chill this, it would be easier to work with. So I just hope that flour doesn't. I can't tell. I can't taste the flour. So I'm going to put this in the refrigerator and get it nice and cold. And while I'm doing that, this refrigerator is so full. Junk, 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 junk. And while that's getting cold, I'm going to go ahead and mix up our coconut with cinnamon and nutmeg. Because we're going to roll our balls in this. And it's going to give it another little kick. Okay, Ashley. Let's see if we can figure out these sweet potato balls. I did put these in the refrigerator and got them nice and cold. So we want to make like a 2 or 3 inch ball. And I'm going to sit that on some of our coconut. And form our sweet potatoes around that. I know that you do have to be careful when you're baking these, Ashley, because the sweet potato will burst if the marshmallow gets overcooked. All right, Ashley, I hope this has helped you, honey, watching me do this. And hopefully they will turn out and won't be flattened. So just a review. I decided to try 1 tablespoon of flour for each sweet potato that we used. And I added a tablespoon of flour to our coconut and nutmeg mixture. And you just want to make sure, you know, I did my coconut out and then I set my ball on top of that coconut, giving it a base, something to hold on to. So the important thing now is baking them. You know, you don't want to over bake them because if you do, that marshmallow is going to swell and it's going to burst open, although I'm not opposed to that. I'm not opposed to a marshmallow running out of it, but I would prefer that it kind of stay as a surprise, you know, in there. And the other thing, I removed the orange juice and I replaced it with a 1/2 teaspoon of extract because we didn't need any more liquid in those sweet potatoes because the sugars brought out the moisture, making them even softer. So you would just have to keep an eye on these, stay close to your oven, and before they start bursting, take them out. But the recipe calls for 15 to 20 minutes. But it's like a chicken breast. I don't know how big your breast is that you're cooking. I don't know how big your ball's going to be when you get it rolled out. Those different hand sizes come up with all different, you know, sizes. So, like I said, I hope this works, and I hope that it's helped you, Ashley. Okay, Ashley. Here's our balls. And they look very, very good. Look at that. Do you see the marshmallow beginning to melt? So I didn't cook them as long as the recipe calls for. Okay, this one's fixing to go. Look, look, Deen. All right, I want them to see that marshmallow. Ain't that pretty? And like I said, I don't panic if it bursts. You know, you just have to work with things until you get a real feel for it.
I'm glad she told us, though, so that we could correct this one, because it definitely needed some correcting.
I am so glad you did, Ashley, because, you know, I can't fix something if I don't know about it. You know, so I never get upset with people that say so-and-so needs looking at, you know, at the restaurants. Because, like I said, if I don't know, I can't fix it. So I hope that helped. It's really got a lot of orange flavor. You might want to bring down that orange extract to 1/4 of a teaspoon, because it's nice and strong, but delicious. And I just love the way they look. I wish I had a pretty plate to. But, you know, people will have no idea what you've prepared for them until they bite into it, until they cut into it. So thank you, Ashley. So try one more time, girl, before you give up. And do whatever you need to do to it. You know, whether it be add more sugar, add less sugar. Make sure you got plenty of coconut, you know, to really give it a coating. So I want to hear from you. I want to see if this helped any and if you had better luck. So thank you, darling. Love and best dishes to all of y'all out there. And I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Hey y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be alerted when I post a video. Love and best dishes, y'all.